Two things piqued my interest as I looked to start Monokel's first game, White Shadows. The first was the introduction, a message that stated as a warning that some heavy topics were going to be addressed in White Shadows. Some of these included racism, suicide, violence to women and children, among other things. The second was the recurring message that all animals are equal, a quote from the novel Animal Farm by George Orwell. Now, if you're familiar with the novel, then you know that the quote is further changed to all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. So, with these two ideas in my mind, I was very interested to know just how White Shadows was going to present them. And I have to say, it presented it extremely well. Hey, it's Solid X, Confident Gamers, and folks, this is our video review of Monokel's first game, White Shadows. Just to let you know, Confident Gamers was provided with a review code to check out White Shadows. Let's go. So while I was capturing the footage for this review, I was really mindful that I didn't want to spoil anything major for you as the player, as I relay what I felt about White Shadows. Now, this is truly a game that you'll need to fully experience, and with a runtime of about 4 hours or so, just depending on how well you do at puzzles and platforming, White Shadow actually shows itself as being quite accessible to anyone without a huge time investment. So White Shadow is a beautiful cinematic puzzle platformer about a character, Ravengirl, who is just that. She is part raven, part girl. And it revolves around her trying to escape the most foreboding, dark, grim, eerie, dystopian place called White City. Now, in White City, ravens are shunned, the pigs rule, and the wolves give the order. Now, the reason for this hierarchy is explained and revealed later in the game. At first glance, White Shadow gives off a limbo vibe. However, the game looks almost like a monochromatic animated film. It looks really beautiful. And while you are really locked into moving left or right, just the way the camera pans and tilts and swoops like smoothly to show off the stages or even the start and end of stages, that was done fantastically. The only gripe I did have, and I would have to mention, is that there were points where there was a hiccup or two where the frame rate really dropped, but it was only for, like a blink, and honestly, it wasn't so dramatic that it pulled me out of the experience. The puzzles and platforming in White Shadows, they're pretty clever, and they're smooth and they're not too difficult. There will be times that you will die repeatedly, but it won't cause you to get frustrated and stop. What it will do is cause you to really slow down, pause, and just to see how, in fact, you're going to figure out this solution. Many times it might mean that you need to kind of backtrack a little because you missed something, but it is not mind-blowing where you're just stuck and you want to give up. Now, we'll have to mention that White Shadows, it did have me questioning one of the solutions to a puzzle or two that really had me wondering, was there another way of solving those puzzles? When you play the game, you'll see what I'm talking about. So when it comes to the music, the atmosphere that the music and just the animal chattering, it comes across as just like frosting on the cake of White Shadows. Sometimes there will be classical music like Flight of the Bumblebees or Blue Danube or even Ride of the Valkyries, and just the classic music pumping, it just seems to urge you to move yourself along with this feeling of dread. And then you have totally opposite of that, moments that just projects sorrow and heartbreak. And this really, I just have to say that I really enjoy that, and it really adds to the whole atmosphere of the game. So look, White Shadows, it is a short game. And the end of it, many might feel like it was kind of sudden or abrupt. However, honestly, I have to say that the monochromatic design, just the puzzles, the story, just everything that comes together, it really makes White Shadows a pretty deserving journey to check out. So we're really hoping you guys get a chance to check it out for yourselves. Right now, White Shadows is available for the Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, as well as on PC. There is plans for a PS5 release. That's to be announced later. Okay, so that was our review of Monokel's first game, White Shadows. We thoroughly enjoyed it, and we hope that you guys will check it out. If you like this review, please do us a favor by hitting that like button, and even better, subscribing. That really supports Confident Gamers. Again, thank you for the folks that got us a review code for being able to check out White Shadows. Till next time, I'm Solid X. We're Confident Gamers. Real gamers keep gaming. Peace.